tuned in to the Connect. What up with it, world? Welcome to the Connect. It's your boy Slim Thugger.
Boss Life Rico.
Goddamn Sam. OG Shy. And we got a special guest.
A special OG. I ain't a motherfucking gentleman. I ain't a good fella. I ain't a nice guy. I'll straight up tell a bitch to suck my dick. Fuck that beating around the bush shit. Yeah. I was about 8 years old and I knew all that shit, right? Legendary Willie D. Ghetto Boys pioneer this South shit in the building, man. That's what the fuck is up, man. I'm talking about my boy had the overalls on the cover. Bald head hoes. Yeah. What you see, D? What you see? I see some bald head. See, niggas don't know. I know all that shit. That real shit, man.
Coming from there to spitting knowledge, man.
That day one shit.
We went from overalls to hanging draws. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where we at, y'all.
Man, that's what made me know a nigga could be a rapper. I said, that nigga be around here? Hell yeah, he be over there on Homestead and all that. I said, oh shit.
Right there.
For real. I should have made a nigga see it was reachable. The whole rap a lot thing really though made a lot of motherfuckers in Houston rap because when you can see that shit in your city, it's more believable. You know what I'm saying? You see motherfuckers around here doing it. You're like, oh hell yeah, I can do it.
Yeah, you're telling the truth because when we first started, before the records was released, my sister told my aunt, it got back to me. She said, I need to get a real job. It wasn't even 2 years later, man, I started putting stacks in her hands and bought her a truck and, she's different shit now.
Yeah, different story.
But it's hard to blame her because she'd never seen it happen before. Right. Nobody had saw, like, stars walking the streets of Houston. We had stars, of course, athletes and stuff like that, but a lot of those dudes were untouchable back then. They'd get off to themselves. You wouldn't even see them at all, man. And they didn't hang out at the black clubs. Most of them didn't. You had your Vernon Maxwell's and stuff like that. But I think Vernon came a little later than around the same time. Yeah, but you had some guy. I take that back. That was the Moses Malone era and all that shit. No, them niggas didn't come. They didn't.
Right.
That was black.
Moses did. I take that back. Moses did, but most of them other dudes that they stayed away. So they was, you couldn't touch them.
Right.
And then hip hop changed that. So now everybody knows somebody on a personal level that's famous.
Right.
Like back
Instagram
then,
famous, whatever it may be.
We know. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know. Like you can. Like damn near everybody out there say, well, my brother's a rapper, not just a rapper but famous. My cousin is a ball player. My best friend's this.
It's reachable.
It's reachable now, man. So
I remember meeting you out at your sister's house in Greensport.
Is that right?
Back in the late 80s.
Right.
Behind the Applebee.
Right. Yes. Yeah. That was a beautiful time, man. I was just talking about Sam, our daddy, Romeo Poet. Man, a lot of
Sam been holding out here and telling us
yeah.
bars.
We talked about it, man. Okay. I told Sam I knew his daddy personally.
Yeah, man. His daddy was like a beast, man. I owe his daddy a lot, dog, because his daddy pushed me. Like anytime I was writing, I had his daddy on my mind. Yeah. Like, cause I got knocked off. You know what I'm saying? I went to jail and shit for a minute, and when I got out, his daddy was the man. Like, but when I went in, I was the man. When I came out, his daddy was the man. So I was like, they talking about this dude, Romeo Poet or whatever. I didn't know they was talking about Sam Mercer, right? We went to the same school. We both went to Forest Brook. So when I get back out, I'm like, I got to get him, you know what I'm saying? He the one. But it took me a while to catch up with him.
Right.
He was cold, So he was like the standard. Like, if you want to be... if you want to get on out here, you want to, like, show people that you the shit, you got to go through Romeo Poet.
That was them days of Rick and Pierre.
Yeah, exactly. Ricky Raw, Ricky Raw, Sergio.
What age is this? What is this like? What?
This is like the 80s, like 80 mid 80s, mid to late 80s.
Was that the group Royal Flush?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember that.
Yeah, they was.
I first touched Houston.
Yeah. They were beasts. And see, and Raw Flush and Romeo teamed up, and I was still by myself. Now keep in mind, Raw Flushes, they was killing. They was real MCs. You know, these dudes was like, they had 2 MCs, a DJ, and a beatboxer.
Yeah.
And the beatboxer, Class C, could rank your ass, could make you cry. Rank so hard. And so they were already dope on their own, and Sam was dope on his own. Romeo Poet was going against them, so he eventually caught up with them. And then when he caught up with them, now I'm on their trails, and now Romeo and Raw Flush team up to go against me. And I'm like, these motherfuckers, all these motherfuckers against me. But you know, it was a beautiful time, man, because that's when people really, really cared about the art. We was really serious, even though I had a job selling Houston newspaper subscriptions, Houston Chronicle subscriptions. I used to be the dude knock on the door, and they be peeping out the hole and shit. But see, you know how it is. You know, when somebody got a peephole, you stand in there, motherfucker, and as soon as you see a little flash, you step back a little. Now you know somebody in there.
Yeah.
So that's how I used to do. And I just be still knocking on that motherfucker. You don't answer that door, I'm going to knock.
They wouldn't open up for you.
I knock till you answer that motherfucker. So that's what I was doing.
Just that hustler.
But in between knocking on doors and waiting on my ride to go to the next area, I would write songs, you know. And back then we had to not just write a song, but you had to write, you know, in order to compete in the what they call the rap attack, which would happen every Sunday. You had to write a regular rap. You had to do your regular rap, and then the rank rap if you make it to the second round.
Oh, okay.
So you make So you regular rap. You know, you get on.
So you have to show your talent.
Then you show your talent. Then
you battle.
The next thing is the battle. So it was cool because it was a good balance. That's one of the things that's missing now with the battle rappers. A lot of battle rappers can't write real songs.
Can't make a real song. Yeah.
They'll fucking kill you on that battle rapping, but they can't make the transition to writing songs.
That happens through history too.
And,
there was a lot of good battle rappers out
there. Yeah, but we had that. Rhinestone was a good training ground for that. You know, you had that dichotomy of being able to write, being able to showcase your skill set as a writer and as a ranker. Yeah. You know, so what's his name? The white guy, Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
He used to come down here from Dallas. He came down, smoked them 4 times. You know, before he got on.
Right.
He used to come down, and the thing that I give him, he had a lot of heart, because he would get on that stage and they would cheer him on. I mean, he was all right, but they would cheer him on so that he could make it into the second round. So I could get at him. Get at him. They'd be like cheering him on.
Was coming out.
So they set him up to get him.
They set him up. But it was beautiful, man, because that dude, one thing about it, though, is like he had heart. Like he was fearless.
Yeah.
He'd come down.
He kept coming back.
It'd be him and like 3 or 4 black dudes. They would come down every few weeks. And he'd get on that stage, man, and just be like, get all in your face. He'd be serious, like get in your face, like, like get your ass up off me. Better back up.
Because you was also known for something else back then.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, man, you better back up, boy.
Oh, shit. That's hilarious. That's crazy right there. Vanilla Ice was battle rapping with Willie.
Yeah.
And Sam Daddy was Pioneer the Pioneer.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
Yes.
There's some history going on.
Yes, man. Yes.
That's real though, man. A lot of people don't know shit about Houston history. A lot of these new rappers.
Yes, and it's deep.
Sound like a documentary.
It do. It sound like a documentary. Cause it's a lot. It's a lot. Motherfuckers don't have no.
I hear a lot about that Rhinestone Club.
Yeah.
A lot. You hear that?
The rap attack. That's like that's the 80s of it. I don't know.
What was that
about
at?
That's the Rhinestone. That's on the
Birdwood. On right around the corner from the Astrodome.
Okay.
Like
next to
a good block or something. Good block from the NRG Stadium.
Yeah.
You know, around the corner from Carrington's.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there.
They moved that motherfucker.
No, I think
What was the one
I think
on
they
Homestead?
closed it down.
What was it on Homestead?
That was Gucci's.
That was Gucci's.
Okay, Gucci's. All right.
Yeah,
That's
that was
before my time too.
that was
Heard
Gucci's.
a lot about it, though.
I heard about that one.
Yeah.
Heard a lot about Gucci's.
Yeah, it's a good thing Gucci's closed down, man. Because just my record alone, they should close the shit down. You know, it was just not a place that was conducive to healthy living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like
What went on in them type of spots?
people got fucking like it. Put it like Gucci's was the club that they had a field in the back of it, like a big ass lot, right? And it's a back street where people used to dump stuff, and they dump anything from trash to furniture to bodies, and you would find a body behind Gucci's every 2-3 weeks.
Damn.
I'm
On
serious.
a Sunday. Yeah.
It was a dumping spot.
They famous saying was, if you swing, you gonna ride.
Yeah, that was
Going east.
Ray Barnett, and Ray Barnett was the club owner.
Right.
And Ray Barnett was probably the most successful black club owner in Houston, and one of the most successful club owners, period. But definitely the most successful black club owner in Houston for a long time.
Yeah.
He used to walk around with, in his later days, you know, he started seeming like he getting a little senile. He was walking around with his socks on, just socks, in his club. He'd walk around in his socks. And you know, this shit was black.
Yeah.
You know, see, he had these black ass
Bottoms on the side.
yeah. But his famous saying was, "If you swing, you gonna ride." You know, he'd get on the mic, and it would be somebody swinging every night, so somebody rode every night.
Every Sunday.
Yeah, and that's Gucci's is where I had to. I had one of my greatest performers. You know, here's the thing, man. Like I got some cop homies that's cool as hell. Some of my family members are cops. Love them to death. But the other ones ain't shit. So for my people that really got a disdain for them dirty, low-down motherfuckers, I had one of my best performances against them bitches, man, at Gucci's one night. I whooped that ass good, man. Like, it was like,
It was known for
man,
that.
it was like, let me see, one. I got the first one, 2, 3, 4. They got me with the fifth one. He came from behind. But the first 4,
Shine on.
and I'm talking about like as soon as that first one who started the shit. See, my homeboy was named Oscar. He was a player. Like the girls loved this dude, right? So but he was a cockhound. So he went inside inside the girls' bathroom.
Yeah. And
The lawman saw him and went in there and grabbed him, and he had a cast on his leg. So he went in there and just treated him real dirty. Now this is one of them cops that you see from a distance. You know he dirty, he ain't shit. You just try to stay away from him. So for a long time, I stayed away from this cop. I stay away from all of them, but on this one particularly, because I know he was a bully.
Yeah.
So I stay out his way. But on this particular, because I know you can't win against cops. Even if you win, you lose.
Exactly.
You know. So my thing is leave the motherfucker alone, stay away from him. You know. So I would stay away from him. He went in the restroom and he snatched my boy up and he had him like this, like just handling him like a rag doll. And I couldn't help it, man. Like I was like, "Say, man, you ain't gotta handle him like that." And dude was like, "Well, you can get out too." And this is a little old short motherfucker too. You know he can't win. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I ain't saying short motherfucker can't fight because I ain't too tall myself. But I'm just saying, like, he was like a little motherfucker that know that he was carrying his weight around when he done. You know, he was one of them. Like, I knew he was a soft ass motherfucker. I knew he was butter cake. You know, so he was like. He came out the bathroom. He said, "Man, you can get out too." So I say, "Well, shit, I've been kicked out of a better place." I dropped him a drink down and started walking. So he get on my heel. He step on my heel. And I'm like, I'm saying to myself, I say, "Man, if this motherfucker step on my heel one more time." So I say, I'm going to walk a little faster, you know, like, cause I want to make sure I ain't making no mistake. But I'm saying to myself, if he walk on my heel one more time, I'm going to knock his ass out. man, I took a couple of more steps and he stepped on my heel again, and I turned around. You know, he first lit, bam, and I know I got to come with it because I got more than one to deal with.
Yeah.
So I know I got to drop this motherfucker to get ready for the next one, right?
Yeah.
I gotta get rid of this motherfucker as quick as possible. So I'm throwing everything I got in it.
Yeah.
And I'm turning the punch over. Like, and he bam, dropped his ass. Then the next one come, he came kind of swift. He like saw this natural reaction to come at me. He got in, bam, flowed his ass. The next one come, he coming a little slower because he see what's happening now.
He hesitant.
Yeah, he a little hesitant. So, but when he got in reach, I, bam, dropped this bitch ass. The other one didn't recover by then. He get up and he trying. Now they coming at me like some Keystone cops. It's three of them, and they got it coming with the motherfucking clubs and shit. They like coming in like this here, just trying to sneak in on me. But what I do, like, soon as they get in, while I know I can slide into the punch, I, bam, drop their ass again. And then another one come in from the back, big white boy. They had called the back a big white boy. There's two white boys. They come in from outside. One of them, big old hats and shit. One of them, he come in, and he try to get behind me. They trying to corner me now. So the white boy, he come in from the side. I slide over to him. I, bam, drop his bitch ass. And the other motherfucker got me. The other white boy from the back, that motherfucker grabbed me.
Oh, yeah.
And once they grabbed me, all the motherfuckers, they held me down. And the black cop that started the shit, that motherfucker got on top of me and stole me, man. Hit me in the eye. He stole me in the eye, right? So they put me in the car. Dude put me in the car. By this time, everybody outside and dudes is pulling out pistols because, you know, we roll deep. You know, even if I ain't riding with you, if you from the hood, you know, you going to ride. You know what I'm saying? You dealing with everybody, right?
Exactly.
So everybody pulling out they pistols and shit. Yeah, motherfucker, y'all ain't the only motherfuckers got guns. The police scared now. They ducking behind cars and shit. They doing all the cop in the and the cop inside. He sitting there doing like this here and shit. He in there sitting in the car like doing this here, trying to write me up. The people outside like, man, let Willie D go. Let him go, man. That's bullshit. That's fucked up, man. Let the Willie D go. Fuck the police. Fuck the police.
Oh,
so he was like, man, why you ain't tell me who you was? I say, man, shit, well, since you know who I am, let me go.
After you done dropped all these niggas, let me go. That was a good performance.
I say, man, let me go. He was like, nah, I can't do it now because I already called the pickup. And I was like, man. So I'm like, I slide on down. These niggas got the guns out now. And they started letting some off. This is right when we had just put out the first album to grip it on that other level.
Right.
Album.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was my shit.
Yeah.
This is when we put that album out. So we bubbling real strong. We bubbling strong. We like already got 500,000 sold, no radio, and all that type of shit. So we on our way, and here I am, one of the intricate members of the group. I'm fucking like about to destroy it all because I'm already on 10 years probation. And I catch a assault on police officer case. So I go down there, and man, I show up to court like 5 minutes. The fucking train hit the track, man, and held me up for like 20, 30 minutes. And I show up to court. I'm 5 minutes late. They revoked my bond. So now I'm sitting in jail, and we don't know what's gonna happen. But in the interim, something happens where the police officer get the message, and we sitting in a hearing, and the judge is like, sitting at, you know, like we're sitting in a probable cause hearing. You know, they trying to decide whether they got enough probable cause to
Making a case.
To make the case, right? So the district attorney, this white lady, little skinny ass pencil, white lady holding a pencil. She drilling the officer. She's like, well, tell me what happened, officer such and such. So he like, well, you know, it was dark in there. and I'm not sure if he the one that swung on me. I'm not sure, and that pissed her off. She was like, huh?
She gave you, or she still was tripping.
She was tripping. She didn't. The prosecutor.
prosecutor.
I'm talking about the prosecutor.
No
The prosecutor don't care that you work your differences out. You know whatever. Or you made a mistake or whatever. They just want conviction. They want. If you're a black body, they want your body cold or warm. You know what I'm saying? So they want you. I don't give a damn. If you go up in there, they want your body cold or warm. So I'm like, I'm sitting there, and she's like, drilling him like, didn't you say that this man right here, the defendant, Mr. Dennis, didn't you say that he hit you and start showing pictures of him and shit all fucked up and shit. Didn't you say that he did this? And he was like, it was dark in there and it could have been anybody.
Yes.
He actually said that. He was like, it was dark, could have been anybody. And the judge was like, called him up to the bench. The judge was like, came back. Let me go. It's over. Dismissed. And I walked about that. But my life could have been over like this. And looking back on that shit, man, you know, it's like, that's why I said that, you know, in that it's a song, in one of the Ghetto Boys songs, I said the secret is to win. The secret is to win. And win, part of winning is playing to stay. That's stay alive, stay free.
Exactly.
You know, that's stay alive, stay free. Stay alive, stay free. And you almost got to say this like a ritual every morning. Like you say your prayers, whatever you do every morning. You get up, you drink water, or you get up, scratch your nuts, wash your face. You got to say, you know, stay alive, stay free. Stay alive, stay free. And it's the choice is right. So I was like, in that song, I said, the secret is to win. You know, get out the way when a fool got the ups. Pride to get a motherfucker shot in the guts.
Right.
And I know people who we walking on right now because of their pride.
Exactly.
See, my pride almost cost me my freedom. If them motherfuckers would have locked me up for 10 years, I don't know where my life would have went. I know I probably would have done some wild shit because I would have got locked up young, and I probably would have grew up in the pen and trying to catch up. And I know because I was going to get money. My idea was to get money, and I ain't really have a whole lot of options. So I'm thinking like I got to get this money. But the thing is that, you know, we like conditioned to go get the money, right? But what we're not conditioned to do is be there for our children. We're not conditioned to be there for our children. We're not conditioned to not let them catch us. Okay?
Right.
We're not conditioned for that. We're not conditioned to not bust nuts all over the place and have all these different baby mamas and shit. We're not conditioned like that. You know, we got to be conditioned to be family oriented, to be free, to stay alive, to sit on that porch someday and call the shots and be like, you know, like earn, not given. Like, okay, and everybody know that's the patriarch of the family. That's daddy. That's big daddy. I got to get the big daddy status, dog.
Thank you.
I need that big daddy status. Yeah. Like I'm coming back, man. It's wisdom and it's something go with that. We got to get to that type of level. And I spoke to a group of kids at an alternative school at Smiley once, and I asked them a simple question. I said, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Do you know not one of those kids said alive? And they had no idea what they was gonna be at. They was like, I don't know. They had no idea. Like, I don't know. You gotta imagine yourself getting old to get old. Right. You gotta imagine yourself alive to be alive. Mm-hmm. I imagine myself alive because everybody kept saying I was gonna be dead by 18. So I wanted to prove them wrong. I love proving motherfuckers wrong. So I'm like, I'm gonna prove you wrong. So I done been to a lot of people's funerals who said I was gonna be dead by the time I was 18. Mm-hmm. You see? Yeah. So we gotta condition ourselves, you know, to get off the shit with that pride thing. We got a lot of pride. So because of our pride, we won't take the job at Jack in the Box. Exactly. Even though we ain't qualified for nothing else. Exactly. We ain't qualified to do a goddamn thing, but we won't take the job at Jack in the Box. I'm like, man, take the job at Jack in the Box because at least you can pay for your hygiene. You can pay for regular food or whatever. Maybe you can't pay rent right now, but it's somebody that you can goddamn chunk off a little something to that'll let you have a little room for till you get on your feet. And it don't take no goddamn year, 2 years, 3 years to get on your feet where you can be self-sufficient and independent. All it takes is a few months.
It's some cushion to get to the next step.
That's it.
It's
some
training.
cushion to get to the next step.
It's learning how to work in the workplace.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All that. So.
And saving your money.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We got to get to that too. You know, like I don't mind like helping people, but man, we got to get over this motherfucking funeral parties. You know, we got to stop this shit, man. You know, we got to have more pride. See, that's the type of shit we got to start taking pride in. Have some pride when you die. We don't know when the time gonna come. So let's have some pride when we die that we don't have, our family don't have to be embarrassed. We don't leave our family with that embarrassment of going around hustling up funeral money to put us in the ground.
That's because exactly what you previously just said. Everything is for the now.
Right.
Nobody think about 5 years.
Right.
I ain't gonna even say 10 like you did. Nobody even think about 5 years. Like,
True.
where I'm gonna be in 5. They want what I'm gonna do next summer. I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna do this.
Right.
And they'll spend it all trying to get to that point instead of thinking about the 5.
That's true.
Yeah.
The same thing. My ex-wife, my kids' mom. Man, you know, she was mechanical engineer, educated like that. I'm from the streets, right? So I'm from the other side of the tracks. So when I started getting money, she told me to buy some property downtown. My motherfucking ass. Man, nobody won't know. Why would I buy property downtown? Ain't nothing downtown. You know, like, who gonna come down here? Who gonna be my customers? You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't finna put my money in that shit. You know, like, this is when you could get a whole fucking city block in Midtown for $100,000. Now that same block is like $6 million.
I think we in the same boat.
You know, yeah, she told me to do this shit.
We was down there driving around looking.
She told me to buy property in 5th Ward. You should buy that property. I'm like, ain't nobody want this shit. You know, who I'm gonna sell it to? What I'm gonna build? I'm thinking, I don't see it.
Right.
I can't see it. She saw it. So that's why when we marry these women and we lock up with these women that we lock up for because we love their opinion, we like we like to match up with women who are opinionated, who are smart. We love that shit. But then we won't delegate that authority and let them do them. And like we won't respect their ideas. It's like, no, I got you for that. Goddamn, just stay in your place. Everything you doing for all the other shit we do. Now, what I want to do ain't got nothing to do with what you thinking. You know, like, and that shit hurts too because she can see your mistakes a lot of times before you see them. That's why most women can tell you when you got a low down dirty ass friend when you don't even see it. She'll be like, something ain't right about him. I don't like him. You know, like, man, I'm like acting on my shit now. Like, what you say, babe? What you think? I'm on some shit like that now. I'm listening like a motherfucker.
That's growth.
Man.
That's growth.
Yeah.
You done been all the other places.
Yeah, for sure.
So, man, how did the Ghetto Boys thing come about?
Yeah,
Man,
this is a story.
see, when I got into the Ghetto Boys, first of all, I joined the group as a favor to Jay. I started off as a solo artist. I never, ever wanted to be in a group. Never. My idea was to be a solo artist. So I signed as a solo artist. When I signed, Jay was had already put out a first Ghetto Boys album with Prince Johnny C and Jukebox and Reddy Red. Bushwick was on the cover, but he wasn't an MC. He was just part of the aesthetics, okay? So they're getting ready to put out a follow-up album. Jay want to take it into another direction, the group into another direction, so he asked me to write a couple of songs for the new album. I wrote Let a Hoe Be a Hoe and Do It Like a Geo. Okay. And everybody was on it. Like, everybody on the team was like, but Prince Johnny C was like, I don't want to do. I do do it like a Geo, but I don't want to sing. I don't want to do that. Let a hoe be a hoe. You know, Prince Jay was married. So and I got to respect that. So he didn't want to do it. Jukebox was going to do it, but Jukebox had some personal issues. Jukebox was at the studio with us on the first day that we recorded. The first day we recorded, well, let me back up and let me keep things in chronological order. Okay, so he asked me to write. Okay, so they don't want to do it. Jay said, well, go solo. If you don't want to do it, you're going to have to go solo because this is where I'm going with the group. So now he comes to me. Johnny C decides to step away. He comes to me one night. I was living in Swiss Village. I was living in Swiss Village. And he came to me, man, and Jay was like, man, I got an idea. And he's like, man, what you think about being a ghetto boy? I was like, I don't want to be no ghetto boy, man. Now, I respected the group as far as, like, the music, because I liked Assassin. That was my favorite song. I liked that Assassin. And I was like, I don't want to be in no group, man. He's like, man, you know, it'll be live, man. You know, that Ghetto Boys, man, if you was in the group, it'd be you and Jukebox, man. Man, yeah, man, that shit be live. I said, man, I don't want to be in no group. He say, do it for me. That nigga cold. Like, let me tell you something, man. Hey, I told Jay this before, but he ain't like when I said it. He ain't like the idea of me calling him a manipulator. But I tell you, Jay, he's a great fucking manipulator. Because, but really, he's a great communicator. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to motherfucking push that button because he said the right fucking word. I don't even know if he could have said anything else, and I would have said okay. But when he said do it for me, I was like, how in the fuck can I refuse that? This is somebody that's investing in my dreams.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If he don't do this shit that he doing right now, and I know that he getting paid off of investing in my dreams, and he getting a lot out of it. But man, you know, shit, man, money talking, bullshit run a marathon. You know, so people can talk their ass off, but when somebody put that money up, that means something where I'm from.
Different
you know?
story.
Yeah, so I was like, how can I refuse a dude who is investing in my dream?
Right.
And I was
That's
like,
real.
and I've always been that type of dude. I've been a law dude like that. And I was like, all right, I'll do it. And so now it's going to be me, Jukebox, Ready Red as the DJ.
Ready.
And Jay say, well, like, man, I got this dude on the south side who I want to put in the group too, named DJ Action. Yeah, so yeah, everybody know now it's Scarface. So he was like, I got this dude from the south side I want to put in the group named DJ Action. I didn't care how he did it because I respected his ear. So I didn't question it. It was like, okay, cool. You know, that's how you want to do it. You're the general. Shit, I'm a soldier. You know, let's do it. So a few weeks later, he come through. He let me hear the music and shit. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. You know, like, it's cool. I thought we can work with that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't listening to it like the icon that everybody know it now. Hit the nine because you know he was dope though. He was raw. It was dope because it was that Scarface song before it was remixed by Ready Red. Right. So it just had that bass line, that dope at doom 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 doom. That shit right there. You know, I was like, yeah, but he was riding on it. Same lyrics. He riding on it. I was like, yeah, that's dope. So Jay come pick me up in an Astro van. It's Jay, Bushwick, Ready Red, Brad, and Beto.
Damn.
And I jump in. And Jukebox. And we roll to the ranch, to his ranch out near Prairie View. And
Damn, he had it way back then?
Yeah. Jay been having money for a long time.
Rapper was in the Heights then.
Yeah. So, we're still in the Heights. So we go out to the ranch to record the album. equipment is on a pool table, sitting on a pool table. Everything was sitting on a pool table. So where it's a pool table, plywood equipment. So we in there recording and stuff. We go in hard on that first album. We going in, we knocking it out. After the first day, like the next day, Jukebox quit the group. He had some kind of personal issue. I still don't know what the contents of that letter was, but he got a letter from his girl or something like that. And he was like, he had some baby twins on the way or something like that. It's like, man, and Jukebox had been in the group for a while already. So he ain't thinking, he's just thinking it's another album. He ain't thinking this shit finna happen like it's about to happen. He quit.
Damn, I know Jukebox like. Well, he probably this gal probably told him, you either gotta pick me or this rap shit. I'm tired of you need to get a job.
Yeah, I think it went somewhere like that.
That's crazy.
He ended up in the county with me and Google.
For real?
At the time this
Why this shit was happening, huh?
Damn.
I know it. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
But,
see, she probably got into that like, fuck your dreams, you gotta pay these bills.
Yeah.
Ooh,
see,
that's
man,
like missing the lottery in them, huh? The Ghetto Boys, legendary.
Yeah.
Damn.
And here's the thing too, man. Like, I don't know how his situation turned out. I don't think I ever met the girl or nothing like that. But I can tell you this: if a woman can stop you from following your dreams, she owns you. What else do you have after your dream?
Exactly.
What else do you have?
That's real.
You got to stay with her even when she abusing you. She can come through your area every day and hit your ass in the head with this bottle like, shut your ass up. You ain't going nowhere. Because you like, man, I done gave up my motherfucking dream for her, man.
Exactly. If you give
what kind of story is that?
You
can't go fuck with somebody else and say, I'm over here, but she fucked my dream up. And
you can't say that.
You got to stay with her all the way till she just beat your ass down so bad when she leaves. Because if she can break you from your dream, something that you know you was born to do, if she can break you from that, she won't respect you.
Exactly.
She won't respect you. A woman loves a man with a fucking backbone.
Exactly.
She loves that
and
backbone
shit. If you tell another woman that this woman broke your dream, she gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
So you just gonna get drugged.
Man, so we in the studio and the next, like, Jukebox gone. I think it was like the next day. Bill just hanging out in the studio, and he drinking a 40 ounce. I gotta say this, before that day, me and Bill got into it about maybe a year before that at J Club, before I signed with Rap A Lot.
Oh shit, so you already got beef.
Bill was...
How you get into it, Bill?
You trying to fight a midget, my nigga?
Wait a minute, knockout with
Nigga
the
fighting cops, midgets.
What is going on, knockout with the D? How you got beef with the midgets?
Say, man, it's like, look, man, here go the thing. Like, and for me, I just put shit in perspective. Like, I feel like if you don't want somebody to, like, say what it is or what it was, you shouldn't have did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because every day, we all preach our eulogy every day. So somebody might get up there when you die and get up in the church or whatever, or in the cathedral, wherever you are, and just lie and just say a lie. But if somebody know you, they're going to say, and most of the times when people get up in church, it's a pretty good depiction of, he did this, and that's why people laugh and things like that. He was just like that. So you preach your eulogy. So my thing is, like, even the shit that I've done that I'm not proud of, that I'm ashamed of, somebody say, this happened, whatever, I might cringe when I hear it, but I'm like, shit, I did it. It happened. So that's how it is. That's how the situation was with Bill. But I'm only saying this so that I can put this story in perspective on how I'm able to compartmentalize beefs. And issues, if I got an issue with somebody. Like, with Bill, it was like me and my boy was standing in the club, just sitting back, watching action. We never danced and shit. We don't do that shit. So, we was in the club, standing by the DJ booth at the Rhinestone Wrangler when it moved to the north side. When Jay owned it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, when Jay got it. It's on the north side, right? So, we standing in the club, we watching the action by the DJ booth, and I feel a nudge in my back. I'm like, you know how somebody bump you real hard? You like, what the fuck? And I turn around and I don't see nobody.
That's the same thing he did on Martin.
Yeah.
Well, I turn back around, and my boy say, point at Bill. Bill is working in the club. Bill got a bucket, the bus bucket. This is back when the glasses were real glass, you know? They were made of real glass. And real bottles of beer and shit. Yeah. So he had the glasses and bottles inside this bucket. And he walking like this here, you know? And I walk up to him, I hit him on the shoulder. I said, say, little Bill. I said, say, little Bushwick. I said, man, you just bumped into me. You ain't gonna say excuse me? That motherfucker say, get the fuck out of the way.
He'll do it.
Oh, man.
You know, so, man, I took off on him. You know what I'm saying?
You stole off on Bill?
Well, you know, I took off, man.
Bill wasn't scared, though, man.
But you know, hey, you know, like, hey, dog, but so that was that.
Right.
And so, fast forward, you know, shit was over. Like, if I get into it with a motherfucker and it's over with me, it's over with me unless you want to rehash the shit, you know. But if it's over, it's over. That's how I see it. Once I do what I got to do or whatever, okay, as long as it's over with me, if it's over with you, it's over, you know. So that's how I was. So I ain't had no hard feelings against Bill at that time. So that's why I was able to look at him rapping Public Enemy songs and drinking that beer. And I was like, man, Bushwick, man, what if we put Bushwick in the group? Because I saw him rapping. He was like, yes, the rhythm, the rebel, without a pause, I'm lowering my level. And I was like, man, a light come on. I was like, man, what if we put, I'm like, what if we put Bushwick in the group? So I say that, and everybody started laughing and shit. And I was like, nah, I'm serious. I say, what if we put Bill in the group and we make him the third rapper? At that point, Johnny C had recorded 1 or 2 verses. And I said, we'll give him the verses he already recorded, but I'll write the rest of his shit. I said, I'll write it. I say, so if I do it, or we in, is he in? And Jay was like, I don't know, man.
You fucking up my gangster look.
Bill, what you think? Bill was like, I don't know. I can try it. I took Bill down to the kitchen. We sat at the breakfast table, and I asked him some questions about himself, like what's it like to be in his shoes. And I embellished it with what I thought it might be like to be in his shoes, and I came up with Size Ain't Shit.
Size ain't shit.
And I wrote that motherfucker the same night.
You could tell, too.
I wrote it, yeah.
In the delivery, you could tell.
All right, that is fine.
Yeah, I wrote the song. The next, I gave it to Bill that same night when I finished. And about 3 days later, so when I gave it to Bill, I actually went up and, you know, I wrote it and then I recorded it. So he can know how to, you know, how to get around the lyrics. So 3 days later, Bill was ready to record. And he recorded The Size Ain't Shit, and he knocked it out the park. That's how Bill became a ghetto boy. That's how Bushwick Bill became a rapper.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that's how we did it, man. So once that happened, it was like, once we got that going, we was like, I was like, man, let me write him something. I say, you know how that reaction y'all got right now? I say, that's what everybody else gonna do. That's gonna be the reaction they gonna have when they see a midget rapping. But I'm gonna write them some gangsta ass shit so they gonna respect it.
Yeah.
You see? Mm-hmm. So I'm just gonna write some gangster shit. Ain't nobody gonna know. I'm finna create the coldest motherfucking midget in history. You know what I'm saying?
That too.
It's gonna be the most gangster
shit, boy.
It's gonna be the most gangster motherfucking midget in history. Now, for a long time we was able to call Bill a midget, but he don't like that word. He like dwarf. You know, you gotta say dwarfer, you get fucked up. He might fuck you up. He'll fuck you up. He will
try.
He will fucking try.
Yes.
No. That little motherfucker will come at your ass. You know, like for real. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. He took that motherfucking song to heart. Size ain't shit.
Size ain't shit.
Yeah.
I feel Bill. Size ain't shit.
And that's how it was. Cause Bill would have like the trip part about it is like all three of us we had a role. Like so Bill was like the comedy dude, you know, the funny dude in the group. My role was to be the aggressive ass kicker, political type dude in the group, revolutionary on some shit like that. Brad shit was to be the cool player dude in the group, and this was purposely done. Cause I could write any like that style that Brad was doing. I could have done that. I could have went that way too, but that wasn't my role. That wasn't my lane as a group member. You know, my role was to be the loud, come at you, aggressive dude in the group, and I could do that because that was part of my personality anyway. You know, that was just a part of my personality. But a part of my personality was also the low-key smart, you know, dude that don't do no talking. You know, like, because even if I get into some shit right now, like, I'm not going to do no talking. Like, talking is, everybody who dead, it was an argument that ensued before they died. So I just learned from little shit like that, like, don't get into arguments. Because if you get in an argument, you letting the person get ready. You letting them get letting them get in position and they thinking. They're thinking about what they're gonna do to you and shit. You know, like
if you talking, you ain't thinking.
Talking. Yeah, if you talking, exactly. You know, you ain't fucking thinking. Yeah. So it's like, my thing was like always like, soon as I see some shit about to kick off, I back up, like just roll out like I'm. A lot of times I act like I'm scared. Like I'm not even, man, what's going on? Ooh, I'm not even supposed to be here. you know, and the next thing you know,
you ready?
I done dropped the dude with the pistol. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm clean up, man. For real. You know, like I clean it up, man. You know, that's happened several times. You know, like all that hoorah and shit like that. You know, all that.
That's people trying to get the spice stopped.
Yeah.
Stalling.
Yeah.
So this is how y'all made one of the greatest rap groups of all time.
That's how it happened, man.
So how far after that did Mind Playing Tricks come on me?
It was the next year.
Next year.
Man, it happens, man. What was
the fellow Grippin' on?
It was, look, dog, Grippin' came out in, put it like this, Grippin' came out in 89. Grippin' came out in 89. We did a remake album with Rick Rubin the next year in 90. And then 91 was the full-length album for We Can't Be Stopped. That was the one.
There was the extra picture from the
from Bill shot himself.
That was the one from Bill.
Y'all
Bill
went back to Forest Brook and perform.
Did we do perform at Forest Brook?
Read these Nikes.
Yeah, I saw y'all there.
Oh, okay. Shit, yes we did.
How was that? Going back to your old high school.
Well, I don't even remember that shit, but I remember going back to the old high school and in my Maserati. I had a drop top Maserati.
The
red one, yeah. And I rode up to the school and Mr. Horn, the assistant principal who used to this is back in the paddling days. They could paddle you. So yes, Mr. Horn used to like to paddle the girls so he can get sneaky feels and shit. Yeah, he used to paddle. And Mr. Horn was this big old, tall, burly dude. He dead now, but, you know, nobody liked his ass. Like, he was just really not a good dude. Nobody liked him. So, and he's like he had a disdain for the students. Like, he didn't like being there and shit. He was just mean to everybody. So, he used to walk around with his file, like his armpits were file cabinets. He would walk around with all these damn files in his arms like this. On both sides, just walk around like this here. Just walk around with the files. And I was like, when I get my bread, I'm coming back. I'm going to put it in their face, right? So, like, I roll up in the Maserati. All the youngsters, the kids, they jumping out there. Oh, hey, Willie D, pictures and shit, autographs. And all that shit. I'm all inside. I come inside the administration office and shit. That area, all of the ladies in there, they like, taking pictures and shit. So Mr. Hun walk in. That motherfucker walk in there like this. and then walk out. I'm like, this dirty motherfucker still won't give it up. Yeah, he still won't give it up, man. That dude just turned around and walked off, man. But I was like, I'm going to put it in their face, right? So another situation, it was this dude named Frank. Frank was in ROTC. He lived in a nice neighborhood and everything. I'm from the bottom of Fifth Ward. Well, I'm not from the bottom of Fifth Ward. I'm really day one from, off of Lounge Street. But at this time, I'm in the bottom. Mm-hmm. And what I'm trying to say. What did I leave off at? What did I leave?
You was talking
Frank.
about
Frank.
Yeah.
So me and Frank get into a fight one day in class because I got these Braxton jeans on and I done stitched them motherfuckers on the inside myself instead of taking them to the cleaners and get them stitched to make them straight leg.
Yeah.
I done stitched them myself, but the stitches coming loose. So he clowning me. Like doing all that shit. So we get into a fight. We get suspended. We get suspended for 3 days. We come back to school the very next day. We sitting next to each other, right next to each other. He's like, I'm still gonna talk about your ass. So I was like, yeah, say something, bitch. Say something, bitch. And he's like, no. Boom, stole our one again. we get, this time they sent us to SAC. For like, we was in SAC for like a month. So anyway, he one of the ones I want to get, right? So I get my money. I'm in that same Maserati, and I'm riding through the parking lot of McDonald's on Titwell and Homestead, right down the street from Forest Brook, about a half a mile from Forest Brook. So I see Frank, and he's skinny and real frail. I was like, Frank. I say, Frank. He looked back, he said, hey, what's up, Willie D? I said, man. I said, you all right, man? He was like, yeah. I said, man, you need a ride? I said, where you going? You need a ride? He was like, nah, I'm good. So I was like, well, here, man. So I reached in my pocket, and this is when I used to, when you first start getting money, you got to let people know you got money, right?
You carry a lot of money.
So this is when I was
Dope boy now.
I would always have, anywhere from 5 to 10 racks in my front pockets. Always, So I pull out the racks in the pocket, in one of the pockets, and I boom. And I said, here, man, here you go. And at first he was like, I said, nah, man, take this money, man. And I give him the money, and then I drive off. And another life lesson. I'm like, I thought it was going to be a total different experience. But I pitied the dude. I was like, I thought I was going to be dancing on his ass, like when I see him, like, yeah, Nick Crip walking on his ass. Like, but it was like, it was a total different experience. It's like, I was like, it fucked me up because it made me realize how you, the mistakes that you make or the decisions that you make in life can change your life forever. Like, it's certain decisions. Like, so what that made me realize is that Frank was one of those dudes who had it made, so to speak, at least on the level that he was on. He had everything given to him up until that point. And by the time he got out of school, he had, at some point, you're not mama's baby anymore. You that grown ass nigga sucking up the air, eating all the food.
Who got to do it for itself.
You got to do it for yourself, and then at some point you have babies, and it's one thing to try to take care of your ass. Now you want me to take care of you and this girl and this baby. Oh, hell no. Right. So now you got to make that transition, and Frank couldn't make the transition. So, and this happens a lot.
It happens a lot.
This happens a lot, man. So yeah, that messed me up, and it let me know that how you can't look at people, what they're doing right now, when they haven't made any sacrifices. Or maybe they're making sacrifices, but, they're in a position, maybe they are doing well, but they really ain't worked to do well. And you looking at that and you going like, yeah, that's the one I'm going to get. I'm going to have a baby with her. I'm going to have a baby with him, and we going to have a life and shit like that. And you pick these people too early. You can't knock up too early because a lot of people when they're in high school and shit like that, well, everybody in high school, you're not responsible for anything except your character when you're in high school. You know, you're responsible for your character. You're responsible for cleaning your fucking room and just being respectful and going to school and get good grades. That's basically it. That's basically all you're required to do from your family. That's all you. Right. That's all your parents and shit require of you. You know, fucking be respectful, clean your room, you know, go to school, make good grades, and basically
we
shit.
gonna pay for everything else.
Yeah,
We got you. So the car that you have, you didn't buy, you didn't earn. You know, the clothes that you're wearing, the money in your pocket, all these nice things that you do in places you go, the gold chain or whatever you got. You know, normally all that shit is sponsored by mom and daddy, right? So you haven't earned any of that. You haven't even earned the way you look when you're in high school. That was your mom and daddy's doing. So why you tripping? Why you acting like you all of that? Like you earned some shit. You didn't even earn your looks. It's the same thing with race relations. You know, you got black people who are super proud and say fuck all the white people, right? Or fuck all that. You got white people who say fuck all the black people. Well, motherfucker, you didn't earn that color. You know what I'm saying? You didn't even earn your complexion. Right. I didn't earn this. My mom and daddy did this. My mom and daddy did this. You know, what I became later on in life, my success, you know, my behavior, my personality, and that's me. That's come from me. Yeah. But as far as like just my complexion, that's
you can't earn that. Exactly.
You motherfuckers walk around like I'm this and this just because I look this way, and you didn't earn that, so shut the fuck up, you know? Sit your ass down somewhere. So these type of things, you know, man, you learn later in life, man, and you start stacking things up and you put that shit in perspective, and if you want to grow, then it makes you a better person. If you type motherfucker like, nah, nigga, I ain't trying to all that growth shit, you tripping, nigga.
Yeah.
You trying to do better and shit. You talking about, nigga, you talking about not getting... So you talking about, nigga, you don't want to be loud at the restaurant, nigga? Man, you tripping, nigga. Remember we used to do that shit, nigga? You know what I'm saying?
That's what you need
nigga, you don't want to sell this dope, nigga? Yeah. When you sell that dope, nigga, you still don't want to sell it? Nah, nigga, you tripping. You think you better than me. Yeah, some people don't want to see you grow.
Right. Exactly.
And you got to be aware of that. And some of them in your family.
A lot of them in your family.
A lot of them are close around.
Yeah. So, man, what was it like in them Rap-A-Lot days when y'all was mobbed up? Because I heard stories as a youngster. Them niggas was fighting every week at the club. Like, it was going down. What was them days like?
Man, to be, like, here's the thing. Like, the trip part about it is that, man, I did more fighting after I became famous than I did before. Because so many people would try you. So many people would just try you because they thinking they finna get a check, or they thinking you scared. They think you ain't gonna do nothing.
Because you're a rapper.
Because you rapping. They trying to test.
You ran into a lot of that?
Ran into a lot of that. So I had a chip on my shoulder like, no, I'm gonna beat the brakes off your ass, and you're gonna learn real fast that I'm different. You know, I'm not these other dudes. You're gonna learn real fast. We had a #1 song on the charts, Mind Playing Tricks, and I couldn't wait to get back to Houston to do a drive-by. And I did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like that. It was like, they did what? The nigga did what? Because that's what happens a lot of times, like, you know, out of sight, out of mind, motherfuckers get brave.
Right.
You know, like, oh, yeah, you know, might be a dude that's dating your sister, your aunt or something, or even your mama, and he think he put his hands on her or something, you know. Or it might be a dude in the hood who just got out. He been gone for about 15 years. He get out, he thinking all he got is his muscles. All he got is his muscles, his physical attributes, right? So he thinking that that's what he gonna build his rep on when he get out. Everybody gonna bow down. Yeah. So he get out, he not realizing shit done changed, man. You know, like, and you dealing with some shit that you really don't want to be dealing with, but you don't know no better. So you thinking you're gonna be able to ride off that little rep shit, and next thing you know, motherfucker fold your ass up like one of the motherfucking breakdown guitars, and you know your shit all fucked up, and you learn. You know, you learn real fast. So it took me a while to figure this shit out, man. It's like, that's the problem with not having a daddy in your life.
Right.
You know, like, man, daddy can teach you so much. A daddy that's involved. He can teach you so much. Your daddy ain't gotta be from the fucking streets to give you game. You know, it's that presence of mind. It's that presence of him just being there to teach you what he knows, and then some of the shit that he don't know that you might need to know. Yeah,
right and wrong.
The simple shit. All daddies that's involved can teach you the simple shit like right and wrong. They can give you that. If you can get that part right there. Leader, if you can get that part right there.
Make your own decisions.
Yeah.
Them simple things.
Man, that shit right there is invaluable,
priceless, man.
So I didn't have that shit, so I went out and I did a lot of stupid shit that I thought I was supposed to do because this is what you do. So I didn't know how to back down from a fight or avoid a fight. A motherfucker just, back in the day, you could do this here, and then I do this.
It was on.
You do this, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just push the button, and shit just happens.
You ever been sued for that?
Yeah.
See, that would make me stop.
Yeah. But I'm not, here's the thing, though. I'm not afraid of suits. I'm not afraid to go to jail, as long as I know I'm in the right. You see? And if a motherfucker sue me, I make it it is my fucking destiny to not pay a motherfucker a nickel. I will pay a lawyer $100,000 before I give a motherfucker 5 racks if I know he wrong. Yeah. I'm not giving you shit because I'm not finna set a precedence for other motherfuckers to think they can get paid too.
Right.
Yeah. Like, you gonna know that I pack fat. You know what I'm saying? I don't go around suing motherfuckers for no reason. You know? I don't do that. You know, and I don't pick on people. I don't fuck with people. You know, so I don't like it when I don't like the idea of somebody trying to take advantage of me or my people. If they do that, I'll use all my resources to get them off their ass. You know, that's how I rock. You know, like I don't. So I'm not afraid of the lawsuit shit. I'll fight it. You know, when I did get sued, this motherfucking chick at Foxy's sued me. Foxy's, all right? she started this shit. You know, she started it.
Right.
And she sued me. And it came all the way down to it, man. The judge was like, the judge talked to me on the side. You understand what I'm saying? That judge was like, we're just going to make sure, you know, just take care of the doctor bills, man. You know, just, and the money for the doctor bills went straight to the lawyer because the lawyer don't give a fuck. Yeah. You know, lawyer don't give a fuck about no doctor bills and shit. Lawyer like, man, what's that? What that lawyer bill? Yeah. So the lawyer got his little old, it was like $3,000 or some shit, man. The lawyer was like, he still didn't get all what he should have got, but it was something, and she didn't get shit.
So y'all had this big hit traveling the country. What you thought traveling the country then coming back to your hood? You got to meet a lot of people, see a lot of different things. It
was beautiful, man. It made me respect. That's why I respect other cultures. Like some people, man, they can't get outside of their block. They just can't do it. They go in the shop.
This song took y'all there.
Yeah, that song took us a lot of places, man. Yeah. Like we met so many different people. It was so many people different people show up at our concerts. It don't surprise me anymore. Like Ghetto Boys fans are multi-demographic. Like we have fans from every walk of life, literally every walk of life. We're talking about nerd billionaires are fans of Ghetto Boys. We got everybody from the hood and in between. We got all of that. You know, we got black, white, Hispanic, you know, Asian. We got all. If you come to a Ghetto Boys show, we could literally do like a show, you know, see, white people come for Ghetto Boys. White people go to the clubs, venues they feel safe at. So if we're playing at a venue where white folks feel safe,
House of Blues,
yeah, it's gonna be majority white.
Right.
Yeah.
It's gonna be majority white if we play at one of those type of venues. Right. If we play in the hood, it's gonna be majority. It's gonna be majority black and Hispanic, right? Depending on what part of the hood it is. Right. But we could literally do a show over here and over here on the same day, and it'd be a totally different crowd. Sell out both.
Yeah. Y'all just did a show somewhere at a big festival.
Yeah, it was the Growlers Festival in Long Beach. Yeah, that was some cool shit. Again, meeting so many kind of different people, rock stars, you know, country western stars, alternative stars, and they're fans.
All know your music.
Yeah, they know the music. It's a trip, man.
So is it hard to get all three of y'all back together for shows?
If the money is right, it's hard, but it ain't that hard. It's hard though. It's always hard. But if the money is right, then we'll do it. I gotta respect. That's one thing that I gotta respect that about Brad, cause like he ain't finna just do the shit just for the culture. You know, he's like, yeah, man, I need to get paid. I need this amount of money. I'm like, yeah, you need that? Yeah. Shit, that's what I want too, goddamn. Let's go get it then. Let's go get it. You know, like so. But it's it's one of those things. We like the type of group that I like to say that we're the most dysfunctional group in the history of music, because when we come together, it's magic. Now, when we ain't together and the shit ain't working, you know what I'm saying? We don't want to fuck with each other. We don't fuck with each other. But when we fuck with each other,
it's magic.
Right.
It's magic.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Every time.
Yeah.
So what made y'all split up anyway? Because y'all had a hell of a run.
I think the main thing on the split was Brad's success as a solo artist. You know, his shit was hot. You know, he took off. As a solo artist, he was like, shit, man, I ain't got to do no compromising. You know, I ain't got to split this motherfucker 3 ways. Even though Ghetto Boys' money is bigger. You know, like when we come together as a unit, like the sum is greater than the parts when it comes to Ghetto Boys.
Right.
So, so even though Brad had this great run and he got this great success, when it's Ghetto Boys, it's a different level.
Right.
You know, so, and it don't matter, what I do. I got some major shit going on right now, and I'm about to blow the fuck up all over again. Okay. But it don't matter what happens. I'm still never going to be able to go out and do better than Ghetto Boys, because people like to see us 3 together. That group.
Exactly.
They like that. They like that dynamic.
Present. That was like at the right time. Right?
Yeah.
Because the world is a ghetto. It's a ghetto everywhere y'all went.
Right.
So.
And I do think that, like the Ghetto Boys could work now, especially because we keep in mind we were independent. They didn't want to fuck with us in the beginning.
Right.
So with us being independent, if you had a group like Ghetto Boys come out right now and had the internet, access to the internet, and you had you had a boss like Jay behind it, that was determined. We all want to win, and we had that street team like we had. Everybody was dedicated to the shit.
Yeah.
See, everybody got to move in a unit. When you I don't give a fuck what you do. You're only as good as your team.
Only. I
don't give a fuck how good you are. When people look at, people might look at Jay-Z and they look at Beyonce and they look at, people, like the Taylor Swifts and all those type of people. They up there, right? The Kendrick Lamars, they're up there. The Eminems, they're up there. But boy, when you look at that fucking team that's behind it, you be like, oh, you've been in them concerts and shit. You've been backstage and shit in the VIP areas and shit. Right. You be looking at that shit like, dang, these motherfuckers organized. They own it. Like they own it. Things is moving like this, man, and they own it. They 1,000 professional. Like it's the people. And those people that got a long fucking run. You can't get to that long run without a good team. You just can't. You can't get there.
What was it like working with Jay back then?
Back then, everything was cool, man. It was like, everything, working with everybody back in the day was just beautiful. It was like, because we knew we was on to something. Like, it was like, who said that? We all we got. Who said that shit? Somebody said we all we got. Nino. It was like, we all we got. It was like that. Right. It was like, man, they fucking with you. They fucking with me. We was like that. It's
that's
like
how you rock.
Yeah, it was like that, man, and it was a beautiful fucking time.
I know coming through them days, you and Ice Cube was really jam tight.
Right.
Y'all still are. I remember you having them all in the hood.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm gonna tell you some funny shit. So me and Cube ride through 5th Ward one day. I ain't gonna tell them. I'm gonna see that for the book.
Come on, Will. This is the connect, man.
So what made you do the Controversy album?
Yeah, well, that was the first album. Controversy was just me getting off a lot of things that I had on my mind. It was just like me, it's really like just me venting, like everything that I was mad about, I wanted to put in that motherfucker, And then some of the things I wasn't mad about, the things that pleasured me, like pussy, I had to salute that. You know, I had to make a couple songs to salute that because, you know, pussy is a great thing, you know, and I don't understand why people get offended by the word. I mean, like that, you know, without it, we don't get here. None of us are here. None of us. So my thing was like, always to pay homage, you know, like, but at the same time, like I wanted to be fair. Anytime I wanted to like, I always prided myself on being that dude that's not afraid to say what other people might be afraid to say. Right. You know, and I never wanted to be the type of dude to pander to the base. Like, I know what my base is. I know who my staunch supporters is. I know who they are. But I'm not going to circumvent the truth just to appease that base. If I know it's something you got to know, it don't make sense for me to try to lie and not tell you the truth just so you can be comfortable. So a lot of times I say shit that make people uncomfortable. It make black people uncomfortable, white people uncomfortable, everybody else, you know, Hispanics.
But I always heard if you tell them the truth, if they feel uncomfortable, it's their fault.
It is.
To do with the truth.
It is. Well, you know, the thing about it is that, man, I like to tell people, man, I'm responsible for what I say, not how you interpret it. You know, exactly. So if I say something, like one thing about it, like whatever I say, unless you my enemy, whatever I say is going to be said in love. Whatever I do is going to be done out of love. It's going to be done in love. It's going to be wrapped up in a nice big-ass bow tie, big old-ass bow that's called love. Right. You know? Otherwise, I won't say or do anything. You know, I'll just not be around you.
Yeah. So tell us about the when the switch up of the group with Big Mike coming in. Like, how did that happen?
I left the group. That's when I left and went solo. I was like, you know, I'm finna do my thing. I'm finna go solo. And I thought that Big Mello was going to be the replacement because I was actually grooming Big Mello to replace me.
Oh, so you was ready for it. You ain't even...
I was grooming Big Mello to replace me. Big Mello was on the road with us.
And you was going solo.
We had Big Mello on the road. I was like, look here, this is my last go. When this tour over, I'm gone. So we was on tour, and I was like, man, let's get Big Mello out here. So Big Mello was coming out on the road with us while we was doing shows. And Big Mello was on the stage, and we even brought Big Mello out on the stage to perform with us. I was really a fucking team player, because I want to see these boys still win. I wasn't a dude that, when I leave, this shit ain't going to be nothing. You know how some dudes be like.
Well, the Ghetto Boys' name was going to live on. It was like. Going to go since it went from Jukebox and came to y'all, they was going to format another team. Yeah, well, the thing was just to find a replacement for me. We knew Brad was a beast with the lyrics. Right. I think that, honestly speaking, Big Mello was not as good of a rapper as Big Mike, but I thought Big Mello was a better fit for the group because Big Mike had some of Big Mike's styles were very similar to Brad's style, right? Mm-hmm. Big Mike was a cool Mac player type shit, right? But that's Brad lane. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So for me, I thought the chemistry would be better with Big Mello because Big Mello could be rough, rugged, and raw. Right. And Big Mello would kick your ass. Yeah. You know? So I thought Big Mello would have been a better replacement for me. That was his style. Than Big Mike.
I like Big Mello.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I like Big Mike. Big Mike was talking some shit.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Big Mike was and still is a great lyricist. I never said he wasn't. Yeah. You know, but I'm saying it's a thing called chemistry, man. It's a thing called chemistry. It's like I personally looking back, I don't know if there's any other rapper that could have replaced me, Bill, or Brad in the Ghetto Boys once we found our groove. Right. Once we got that groove and we got that nucleus, I don't think nobody, I don't care how great they are, there's some great lyricists out there. But I just don't think, once we found that nucleus, and this is Ghetto Boys, Willie D, Scarface, Bushwick, Bill, once we got that there, and once you start that, it was like on. It was like on, this is it right here. This is it. And that's why it stuck so long. And that's why, to this day, when we go out and do shows and shit, that's what it's about. That's what you're gonna see.
Yeah.
Y'all asked what was your favorite one yet?
No.
What was your favorite
Yeah.
Ghetto Boys album?
Okay, so I gotta say, the first motherfucker always be something special, right?
Yeah.
But it's like
I know
when I
what you
came
gonna
back
say.
for that
Resurrection.
resurrection,
I swear to God, they gonna say,
man,
it's fucking up money ain't a plus. It's a
man,
minus.
say, man, it was like that resurrection. It was like the return of the Protestant child, It was
Right.
like the prodigal child. It was like I was like,
Nah, you had something to prove on that album.
yeah,
Cause you had a lot of verses, like I you know what I'm saying, classic verses of that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
right.
That's a bad motherfucker, man. That
Yeah,
Resurrection was a bad
And
one.
resurrection was like beginning to end. Like when I say the production was super tight on the resurrection. Like the lyrics was super tight on the resurrection. Like
Yeah.
the other, like the first album, you could tell, the production, it was good stuff. It was good stuff, but it probably wasn't as mixed as well and shit. Like
was veteran.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was veteran. The way the Resurrection was.
Yeah.
It was y'all as veterans in the game.
Yeah.
Like y'all already
Exactly.
knew everything. When you first started,
Who
you
did the
just,
Resurrection?
y'all was just doing it. But at
Beto.
that point, y'all knew everybody was the best at that shit. Everybody behind the scene,
Yeah.
producer
Exactly.
wise, y'all had the equipment, y'all had everything y'all needed at that point.
And
Real
the trip part
together.
about it is
Yeah.
that, like, the trip part about it, like, me and Brad, once we link up, dog, like,
Yeah, that shit matters.
it didn't matter how many years apart. Even like now, like, we come together and do a song, like, it's like that. The chemistry just kick right back in. It's like,
Right.
bam. It's like, so we knocked that first album out in 10 days. We were
Damn.
done. We knocked the first album out in 10 days. We knocked out Resurrection in like 3 weeks. It was like 3 weeks of Resurrection, 2-3 weeks of Resurrection, knocked that shit out. The album that took the longest was The Foundation. And that's because Bill and Brad never saw the studio together. They were never in the studio together.
Yeah.
And,
That was jamming out.
Brad did not want to be nowhere around Bill. Brad was like, it was one of them type of situations, but
That
we got it done.
Resurrection. What was y'all favorite one? Favorite Ghetto Boy album? What was your favorite Ghetto Boy album?
Man.
I want to say Resurrection.
I like the Foundation.
Let me look.
Yeah.
I like the Foundation.
Yeah, I like the Foundation, but I like the first album because they had a lot of hits on
But
it.
what is the Resurrection? The one where they
Nah,
had the
no
dope,
way the Foundation is the best one.
the dope,
kid.
the dude on the front with the sitting in front of the fence. Was it the dope thing?
no, that's
the good, bad,
The good, bad, and ugly. I like that
Yeah, I
one
was
too.
so late on the
How
Ghetto
we late for
Boys.
what we like?
See,
What the fuck are you gonna tell me I'm late for what I like?
Yeah, Gripping on Another Level had a lot of songs. Had the Gangsta
That show,
Love.
yeah, age, bro.
All
Nigga,
that.
I'm
That
older
we
than
can't.
you.
It gotta be. We can't be stopped on the Resurrection, bro. It gotta
But
be.
you know, I think We Can't Be Stopped was like the breakthrough
see.
and like the main one when that mind playing tricks on me, like that right there.
It could have been gripping on another level though. That see, cause I was.
Look at the track listed on Gripping on.
I was listening to your tape, my dude. Like,
Yeah.
So that's how.
You a rapper. You gonna break down everything. So you gonna
I'm
have
just
a different
saying, like,
type
I
of-
remember this whole shit, like the
It
whole
was so
move.
crazy, man. I was probably like 7 or 6, but my
Right.
stepdaddy had me listening to these songs, and man, I knew all this.
I say Resurrection.
I shouldn't even been rapping this nigga lyrics like that.
Man, nobody ever honored y'all niggas for this.
Honored Ghetto
Gave you
Boys.
some
Like
awards
any
or
awards.
Yeah.
Man, the closest we ever came to an award, BET, the Mind Playing Tricks song was up for an award, best single, hip hop single of the year, and we lost the PE for Don't Believe the Hype, which was a great song. So I wasn't too much mad about that. I mean, I was mad. I would rather we get it, but fuck it. If somebody had to win it, it's PE.
Yeah.
Because and especially with Don't Believe the Hype, that motherfucker.
Right.
That
That was a
song
bad
was a beast.
motherfucker.
That's a great
But
song.
even some Lifetime Achievement Awards. But you know what? Boss Like Ball coming up in January, goddamn. We'll give the
Right,
Ghetto
right.
Boys. Yeah, I mean, shit, you know what I'm
I ain't
saying?
seen no hip hop honors or nothing.
These niggas broke through like a
Pioneers, like
motherfucker.
you
Right,
can't,
for real.
you can't OG
They hit the
pioneers.
ground.
Yeah.
Like you can't
Well,
battle with them.
But that's why we gotta pretty much do our own shit because like like if we was on the East Coast or the West Coast, that would have been.
It would have been done. That's my
It would have
point.
been done a long time.
That's what we doing this here for.
It would have been done a long time ago.
Yeah,
but,
that's
you
exactly
know,
what we're doing.
They got the media right. They got the media thing right. So you got to understand, like these guys who honor the people that they went to school with, the people they see in the clubs,
The people,
Right.
the people they hang out with. You know,
Yes.
the people whose music they grew up on. Like
Exactly.
you know, like all of us. You know, all of these different regions got their own thing. We can appreciate other music and shit. But if you come to the South, you're gonna hear more Southern shit. You're gonna hear more music from. If you come to Houston, you're gonna hear more music from artists from Houston, not from everywhere else. You know, so it's the same thing in New York. If you go to New York, you're gonna get a heavy dose of New York. You know, you're gonna hear other people and they know other people's shit, but it's gonna be a heavy dose of their shit. Same thing the West Coast, you're gonna get a heavy dose of West Coast. So, of course, when it's time to honor, and you in a position to honor, you gonna honor motherfuckers who you know and who music that you really
They
been
don't know
fucking
what
when
the
you
fuck
grew up
going
on.
on in Houston.
So so it's kind of like one of those situations where it's out of sight, out of mind. But the bottom line is this, man. I stopped caring about award shows a long time ago because that's why I wrote Trophy. You know, where's my goddamn trophy?
Yeah.
You know, like I wrote that motherfucker. I'm like, man, these motherfuckers is giving the same. You know, it's an award show, and time after time, they giving all the fucking awards to 3 or 4 people.
That shit by them labels, man. Them labels paying for that shit. Like, so they don't want sponsoring all that shit. So it's like, that's how I feel about awards.
And at that time, y'all was on the ground working.
Yeah.
From the late 80s on, y'all music was the only music and everybody decked.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So after you left the group and you went on your own way, what made you get into politics and all that?
Man, I've always been interested in the way the world works. Like I always tell people, like dudes, like regular dudes who just regular killers and shit from the street. They don't scare me at all. Like I haven't. Like reckless dudes, they don't scare me. They too easy to get. They loud. You know, you can see them coming from a mile away. It don't do nothing. It's them dudes like the Donald Trumps. You know, it's the George Bushes, the Barack Obamas. They run shit. They run it, and they look square. You know, head up. Them motherfucker can't whoop a fly. But them motherfuckers can push that button and make that phone call and make your ass disappear.
Yeah.
And so, even just walking down the street, politicians dictate quality of life. Everything you can think of, from even this house couldn't get built without a politician saying, okay, permits. You got to go to the permit
They can
Exactly.
build in this area.
to even build, right? And you can't have a permit without the lawmakers setting up the rules. So everything, like just driving down the street, stopping at signal lights, you know, the fucking, even when we had a natural disaster, it was the politicians that created another goddamn natural disaster. Say, open up the levees. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And motherfuckers flooded. Some people died because they opened those levees. So politicians, some people died. Yes. So those politicians, they got the type of leverage where they can fucking, dictate who lives and who dies. When they allow the FDA to put certain chemicals and shit in the food supply, right?
Yeah.
When they allow the CDC to they approve certain type of drugs and shit like that, they know this shit can kill people, but because we're in a capitalistic society where money is more important than human life, they let it slide through anyway. These are politicians and businessmen run it. They run everything. So all of these gangsters, right? You know, I hear people talk about no-fly zones and shit, right?
I ain't on that motherfucker.
So these cats, you know, like in certain cities and shit, you got cats talking about, you can't fly in here, you know. But when it's time, when them people want to pick their ass up, they just come pick them up and send them to jail. But they want a no-fly zone black folks. This is black folks. This is what I'm trying to tell you. These black people trying to no-fly zone black people.
Yeah.
But, when the white man want to do some shit, they tuck their tail and bow down. Even the biggest black dude on the block, when he fuck up, he bow down and let them put the cuffs on his ass, and he go to jail, and he sit his ass in there. He don't become that AP is on the block. That motherfucker humble himself and try to be trying to get his ass up out of there. Called the law. He on the phone every 5 minutes. You know, he trying to get up out of there, but they want to put a no block, try to put a no fly zone. Man, you ain't got that kind of goddamn power. You know what I'm saying? Like, and motherfuckers need to call these cats on that type of shit. Like, sit your ass down somewhere for real, dog. You know, like, if you got that kind of power, won't you do something to help your people win? Do something that can affect the culture, that can affect your community, that can improve your community. Don't do no shit if you got that kind of power, why are you destroying the fucking community? Why are you trying to take somebody away from their family? You know, why are you trying to end the life of somebody that look like you? All of these motherfuckers, I know a whole bunch of motherfuckers that don't look like you that I can motherfucking point and say, that's would be a good motherfucker to start off killing. Kill him first. And I respect that if you go get him.
And they're not going to do
That's how you get my respect. Like, some of these motherfuckers, some of the shit they do, man, you got these motherfuckers, all these police officers out here doing all this killing and shit. No, when you gonna knock on one of their doors? No fly zone there. If that, fuck it, man. I won't even.
What's up with George Zimmerman?
What's up with George Zimmerman? Hey man, I won't even go as far as is demanding that you no fly zone. Man, no motherfucking drive zone these niggas. You know, like, you can't drive, motherfucker. You can't drive.
None of that though.
You can't come down this street.
Well,
but you wait a minute. So you run the hood, right? You own the hood. You run the hood, right? But when the folks come, they make your ass get on the ground just like everybody else. They make you shut the fuck up like everybody else. They call your mama a bitch, your daughter a bitch, your sister a bitch, your cousins, they beat up your little brother and shit, and you don't do a motherfucking thing. I'm not afraid of you, dude. That don't scare me. None of that shit scares me. You know, these people who run this shit, the real fucking gangsters, man, they in the motherfucker. They up there in Congress and shit. They right up here. They right up there in City Hall and shit. Mm-hmm. That's who run it. Those are the motherfuckers who run it. You know, these motherfuckers with all this money, these hundreds of millions of dollars and shit like that, who can make that phone call. That's who run it. So that's why politics have always interested me. When I was a youngster going to Forest Brook High School, I used to catch the bus from the time I started in the 9th grade. I would catch the city bus to school, and I would steal newspapers from my neighbor's yard, and I would read the metropolitan section in the front page because I want to know what's going on in the world, not the block, not just the hood. I know what's going on in the hood. Yeah. I want to know what's going on beyond the hood. So I would read up on what was going on, and I would see business and shit like that, and that shit was always intriguing because I knew that they ran it. I knew that they were really the ones behind everything. So I always had more respect for those type of dudes, not the kind of respect where their life meant more than the next person's life or nothing like that. But I'm just saying as far as the power that they had, I always had more respect for their power than I had from the respect from a dude on the block power. Because I know that he got limits. They ain't got no limits.
Right.
Them motherfuckers would do anything to get what they want. They'll do anything to get what they want. To get their way, they'll do anything. They don't have a moral compass. They don't have a moral compass. They would do any fucking thing to get their way. They'll call you and be like, yeah, hey, see what you're doing out there. Hey, why don't you just come over here and work with us, man? You know, da. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. Hey, you sure? No, yeah, I'm gonna do my own thing. Okay. Next thing you know, shit just happening. Yeah. and you ain't never even saw their face. You ain't even met them or nothing, but shit is happening. The dudes in the hood, the killers and all that, they going to jail, dog. They going to jail. They finna get snatched up from their families. They gonna miss funerals of their loved ones. They're not gonna watch their children grow. They can't be at the house to protect their babies because their ass is gonna be locked up or dead. And the kid's gonna be vulnerable. So your daughter gonna probably get beat up by some fucking nothing ass dude.
Damn.
She gonna be getting beat up and you ain't gonna be able to do a motherfucking thing about it. Now that might work for a minute. You calling a couple of shots and telling your homeboys take care of that shit. But at some point, they're gonna be like, all right, this shit gonna get old. Man, I can't keep telling that nigga shit. I got my own shit to handle. Out of sight, out of mind. Right. Pretty soon you're just gonna be sitting there riding and all kind of shit, violations gonna happen to your babies, to your family, and you ain't gonna be able to do shit about it. So the idea again, the secret is to win. Stay alive, stay free.
It go from what you said in the beginning. They train to do this.
Yeah.
So if we start training to do this, we will live another type of way.
Yeah. Man, think about how, and we say this all the time. All of us have said this before. Think about how fucking aggressive dudes are in the hood about getting to the money. Think about how determined they are about making that next lick, hitting that lick. And they're risking their life and their freedom. These corporate dudes ain't gonna do that. Corporate dudes are not going to risk their life and their freedom. Now they'll risk their freedom, but it's white collar crime, so they're thinking, oh, pat on the, if I do get caught, it's gonna be a pat. It's gonna be a pat on the wrist, right?
They ain't running in no corner store with no chopper.
They ain't doing none of that.
For $1,000 facing 20 years to life.
No,
They didn't thought about that.
They gonna win.
The numbers
They
don't make
gonna
sense.
Ponzi scam you out of $2 billion and get it away with 5 years.
Exactly.
Less than that. Shit.
Let me tell you something, man. I'm not knocking anybody's hustle. Trust me, man, because I'm only saying this out of love. I'm only saying this because I care about it. I know these dudes is watching. Anybody that's selling dope in this motherfucking country that's black right now, today in 2017, November 13 is a goddamn fool. Because they don't have to catch you with the dope no more.
Right.
All they
True
need...
story.
Man, I can't tell you the number of motherfuckers that I got. I was there. I'm in there watching niggas come in on ghost dope charges. All they need is a motherfucker to say. All they need is a motherfucker to make that call and get on that stand and start pointing like the Jackson 5. That's
There's a lot of niggas in the Jackson 5 group nowadays.
That's it.
They point like a motherfucker.
Man, your ass. When they do that, your ass is grabbed. Because the first thing when they point, because this is how the police operate. When I say the police, I mean the FBI, feds, whatever. This is how they operate. Give us somebody. Mm-hmm. We got you. Now give us somebody. Who can you give us? You ain't even got to know the motherfucker you giving up. You can just read the newspaper and see a motherfucking hear about somebody or hear someone on the phone. Yeah, you know Bubba or do. Yeah, where you live at? What? Okay. That's my ticket to get my time reduced. Yeah, Bubby, such. Now maybe I can't get out, but you can drop these charges on my mama if I give you this. Okay, cool. And next thing you know, you ain't never seen this motherfucker before. But he in court saying, yeah, I used to buy 2 bricks a month from him.
Damn.
2 bricks a month. So how long did you do that? I did that for 2 years. Okay, 2 bricks a month. Times 2 years, that's 24 times, that's 48. Okay, 48 bricks, that's your charge. The first thing they're going to do, soon as they point at you, the first thing they do once they point at you, the first thing they do is they pull your file. They want to look at your criminal record first. Let's see what his criminal record look like. Oh, okay. Then they're going to pull your financial record. They're going to pull your bank records. They're going to pull your bank records, and they're going to pull your tax records. Now, all this shit you got acquired, this nice shit that you buying and shit, this nice house you live in, and all that shit, they going to look at that shit and see if that shit match up with the money that you've been reporting. And they going to say, this shit don't match up. Oh, well, this is in my mama name. Oh, your mama going to jail. Now, back in the day, you could be able to put it in your mama name or your girlfriend name or whatever, you'd be all right.
That don't work
now,
no more.
it don't work no more. They're going to make your mama. Okay, it's in your mama name. Mama, prove to us how you got this $500,000 goddamn house, and how in the hell are you driving a motherfucking Bentley, and you've been reporting you on a fixed income with motherfucking, you only making motherfucking $8,000 a year on a fixed income. How you driving a Bentley and living in a $500,000 house? Well, my son, okay, bring your ass on here. Take these cups. They're going to put your mama in jail. They're going to put your daughter in jail, your sister, whoever, your girlfriend. Everybody going to jail.
Till they find out the money.
And they're going to sit their ass in there after they find out who did it. Everybody going to jail today. The feds are taking a lot of state cases. A lot of cases that used to be state, the feds is like, give us some of that shit, man. We need some more cases. Shit, our shit moving too slow. We need more cases. So they going over there getting a lot of these cases that should be state cases are turning into fed cases. And they locking motherfuckers up and These dudes, I be looking at these dudes on TV laughing when they get arrested. They laughing. And they like something funny. It's like they want to be seen so bad and they want to appear to be brave. So they on there giggling and laughing on their mug shots. They all in court like cracking jokes and do. You know when that smile leave their face when that judge passed that sentence? When that judge said
that 20.
And that judge say 25, 20 life sentence, and that's when the smile leave their face, right? But but normally the cameras are still there, so they'll play it off and be like, they're still arrogant. Then when they get in that motherfucking cell, when they get back to that room,
that little back room,
they get back. I seen it. I seen them do it. I seen a grown man. I done seen grown men cry. Like, these are dudes that you don't really want to try. But I seen them cry when they start thinking about 17 years. You know.
I'm 40
85%.
Yeah.
40 years. I got a homeboy that I used to play cards with. I used to play tuck with. He from the hood, but he wasn't built like me hood, you know. Man, he got caught up on a robbery. They gave him 40 years after doing like 5 of them years. Man, he sent the letter, man. He said, man, I can't do this. I can't do the rest of these years. Like, I can't do it. Mm-hmm. You know, like, that's a lot of goddamn time. But the point is that these people don't care.
They don't even.
They don't care.
Think.
Man,
they don't care. And they know it ain't, they know this shit ain't right. They know the time don't fit the crime.
They know it.
But they like, man, we need to fill these prisons. And what jackasses can we get to fill them? What dumb motherfuckers who ain't gonna learn a goddamn thing, who just hard-headed, who gonna do it any goddamn way? What dumb motherfuckers can we get to do it? Okay, let's sit back.
Dumb motherfuckers out there too.
And they just sit back and they just wait. And it's like, it's sad, man, because...
And they capitalizing off of this.
It's sad, but here's the deal. We all got something we can do just as good or better than anybody in the world and get paid at doing it.
Exactly.
Our trick, our job is to find out what that is and then apply the tools that it takes to achieve that greatness. We all got greatness in us, every single one of us. Ain't no motherfucking great drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? Even the biggest ones get killed or end up in jail eventually. Especially if the U.S. turn on them, they'll go get motherfuckers out of other countries and lock them up. So if they can see what motherfuckers are doing in Venezuela and Kuwait, if they can see what's happening in Ghana, you think they don't know your ass is selling dope on the corner in Fifth Ward? You thinking like, cause they ain't caught you yet, they don't see you. They see you. Right now they got bigger fish to fry. They got other shit to do. They just wait. And when they ain't got nothing else to do, they're going to say, okay, let's go get pickles.
Come back
and make the sweet.
You know, let's go ahead and make this low sweet and shit. Let's keep this shit going.
And they'll watch it for 2-3 years. They got time to waste.
That's one thing. They got all the time.
They got time.
And all the resources.
And another thing I was finna say too, even the nigga in jail don't even have to snitch. He can get his brother or cousin to go out there and bust niggas for him and knock his time down. Mm-hmm. So he can be in there and other niggas can still catch you up.
That's just a vicious cycle, and that they know what they doing. That's why they tie people mamas up into it. So now they force you to be in a position.
Right.
Yeah, they put your family in jail. You like, what the fuck?
Here go the deal shot. As black men, especially black men, we have to be the most law-abiding citizens in the United States of America. They are targeting us. They hate us. They don't like us at all. They hate us. And there's a certain segment of the population that's out there, and they said, well, first of all, there's a certain segment of the population that says it's their job to lock us up and throw away the key and destroy us. That's their job. And the other segment of the population out there is saying, we don't care what happens to them as long as you make me feel safe. You know, I don't care what you do. I don't care if you plant the drugs. It don't matter. Right. You know, it don't matter what happens. You know, they're black, you know, so do whatever you want to do with it. I don't care. Right. So we have to be the most law-abiding law-abiding people in the United States of America. We have to be so law-abiding that them motherfuckers say, you know what? These motherfuckers ain't biting. Let's go fuck with somebody else. Pick on another race. They will. Yeah. They will pick on somebody else. Find somebody else to goddamn pick on. But we know what they're doing. It's like we all know. I don't give a fuck who the dude is in the hood. He know what's happening. But man, do you know that a goddamn bear, if he see a motherfucking piece of meat in a trap, and he see one bear go get that goddamn meat out that trap, he not gonna walk into that other trap? He gonna walk the other way. He definitely ain't gonna walk in that same trap twice.
He ain't gonna do it.
He not gonna do it twice. But we do it over and over and again. So because they're targeting us for failure, they hate us. They want our bodies cold or warm. They don't care how they get it. They want our bodies cold or warm. So we have to be the most law-abiding people. Now, when we do something, I'm not saying be so law-abiding that you get that confused with being a coward and not defending yourself. You know, like if it come down to it where you got to defend yourself, as long as you're in the right, you still good. Because even if you get convicted or they try to do you dirty, if you're in the right, you can fight back. You can always get the shit overturned. But if they got you to the left, you're out of here. But be the most law-abiding motherfuckers. Take that same energy that we use in the street, all that ignorant shit that we do, that we think is cool, and we take that shit and just start a business. I don't give a fuck if it's a car wash. It could be anything. Man, you could start a business for as little as $100, depending on what you're starting. It could be as little as $20.
Just find your niche.
This shit right here is a business, right? We in Texas especially. Everybody like water, but especially in Texas. So you go buy a case of these motherfuckers. You can get 40 of these you can get 40 Ozarkas
About $4.
at fucking Sam's for $4, right? You can go buy 40 of these for $4. I mean, for $4 at Sam's, right? That is what? That's like 4 cents. What is that? For $4? No, it's not. What is it? I can't do the math right now. But anyway, it's loading a motherfucker. Yeah. You get 48 of these, right? After you sell them for $1. You sell 4 of these, you already got your money back. Yes. You got 36 more of these to sell, right? That's how you come up. I've seen people become millionaires doing shit like that. I've seen dudes selling hot dogs in New York City for $1. He's a multimillionaire. I seen a dude that was, I got a homeboy that used to be a trash man. Most people frown at trash man. Oh, he's trash man, garbage man, ain't shit, right? But that motherfucking garbage man graduated from the back of the truck to the driver to buying a truck. And he went and he started knocking on doors at HOAs, and he got a contract. He underbidded the people that they were already using. Everybody's trying to save money. He went in there and underbidded them. He got the contract. He got 1 truck. Then he bought 2. Then he bought 3. Then he bought 4. Now he's a multi-millionaire. Started on the back of the truck. So the thing that we have to fucking get through our heads is the process, respecting the process. See, a lot of people think when you say patience, a lot of times when you say patience, people think patience mean wait. Patience don't mean wait. It means motherfucking there's a such thing as being in motion while you're patient. So you in motion and you patient, but you in motion and you doing the things that it takes to get you there, but at the same time you're respecting the process, knowing that this shit don't happen overnight. I couldn't respect the process when my kid's mom told me to buy that block downtown Houston for fucking dirt cheap. I couldn't respect the process when she told me to buy the fucking land in Fifth Ward. I couldn't respect the process when she told me to buy a McDonald's. Because I was like, 6 months to fucking train for that shit, and I'm not even getting my money back after 6 months. I gotta wait another probably a year to start seeing my money. Shit, I ain't got time for that shit. I'm trying to get to, because I'm making money. I'm fast, get that money. That's why we like to shoot dice. Bam! Lose it all, win it all. Fuck it. Throw it in. We so impatient.
We handle life like that.
We so impatient. We can be up. We could be in a dice game. And the dice game going back and forth, it's going back and forth, it's going back and forth, and you're like, man, fuck this shit, man, let's get this shit over with. Nigga, all in, nigga, all in. Bam! Oh shit, it's over with. It's over, just like that.
I just seen it happen.
Just like that. We so motherfucking impatient, but if we respect the process, we could get so much more done. Just like respecting the process of in a relationship. If you're in a relationship and it go bad, if you respect the process, you can get through it. Most people, when a relationship go bad, they don't respect the process. So the dudes that lose their motherfucking mind, they want to kill the girl, they want to kill the boyfriend, the dog, the mama, everybody. They want to beat up somebody and shit like that. Look, man, I love myself so much that I feel like if somebody don't want me, I don't want them. It's
That's
just
how I
that
feel.
fucking simple.
That's simple.
So if you don't want me, I don't want you.
Exactly.
So that's how it is. Even though I want you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't want you now because you don't want me.
But you love you.
So I love myself so much. I said, you know what? Fuck it. And I love myself so much that I'm not finna do something to you to hurt myself.
Lose my freedom.
You know what I'm saying? Lose my freedom over
No,
your ass.
sir.
And if you that bitch that I say you are, if you that hoe I say you are, why the fuck am I sitting in jail for a hoe?
Tripping.
Why am I tripping over a bitch?
Exactly.
You know? So to respect the process is just simply be like, as we all human, so if you love the person, you're gonna be hurt. You're gonna be emotionally injured. But you like to respect the process is to just say, you know what? Fuck it. You know, I'm gonna move on, and you know, I'm supposed to feel bad. See, some people like they want the pain to stop, so they do stupid shit. You know, they might try to kill themselves or kill the person, whatever, because they want the pain to stop. Like right now, the process is go to bed, get up, do the
Smoke
best.
a blunt.
Do the best you can. Exactly. Smoke a blunt with you if that's your thing.
Keep
Smoke
moving.
a blunt, drink, whatever. But keep it moving. Stay busy.
Keep it moving.
And just keep on moving and just keep going to bed. You wake up, you do the best you can that day. You go to bed, you wake up, you do the best you can again. You go to bed, wake up, do the best you can again. And sooner or later, I don't care what problem you ever heard in your life, and everybody that's listening to my voice right now can attest to this. Every single problem you ever had in your life, you thought, the big problem, you thought, man, how can I get through this shit? Like, fuck, this
never
fucked
survive
up. And you thinking, you thinking you can't get through it, right? And then all of a sudden, it's like that object in your rearview mirror. The further you drive, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So that's how life is. You continue to wake up. As you wake up, that problem, you go to sleep, wake up, do the best you can, keep on, keep it moving. And that problem gets so fucking small that you can't see it no more. And then you be like, and you look back and you be like, man, I can't believe I was going to kill my goddamn self over that
Right,
bullshit.
I always say, man,
You know,
I never
like,
talked
man.
to a bitch I talked to 10 years ago. It's like,
Yeah.
I always say that, man. I tell people that, man, don't get so caught up in the now. When I was 21, I thought I knew everything and wanted to, you know, the chick I dated at 21, I wouldn't touch at, 37. So
Right.
just know that, man. Life goes on. It gets a lot better.
It gets better.
It gets a lot better.
That's growth, man. And I'm going to tell you, man,
Like,
I've always admired that about you, man. You have grown, you know what I'm saying? I've seen your growth through the years. As Slim Thug, you know what I'm saying? As Slim.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Watching that growth, man. Watching that growth is a beautiful thing, and to continue to grow, and even how your team move, you know what I'm saying? All y'all, you know what I'm saying? I watch y'all too, you know what I'm saying? Like seeing the team, how all y'all move, you know what I'm saying? The dedication, that's what people don't understand. Everybody always want to jump on that train when it's moving. They want to, it's like, oh, it's moving now. Now everybody want to get in now.
Yeah.
But where the fuck were you when we was trying to build this shit up? Where were you? You wasn't nowhere to be found.
Right.
Now everybody want in. But see, it's just like all these rappers. Every rapper want to sign to Cash Money.
the big labels that's
All
already
the big
popping.
labels. As soon as some shit popping, they want to sign. They want to get on. But it's just like I've owned several clubs in this city, right? So it's like I've had clubs where when you open up the club, it might not hit right away. So for 6 months, ain't nobody coming through the door, and we like, man, we're gonna have to file an insurance claim on that. You like, what the fuck going on in this motherfucker? Like, we got to get this money, man. Like, what's going on? And then, and you got somebody working. You got the guy in there working, and he running errands and answering the phone. Sitting there waiting on contractors and shit. All of that shit when nobody is coming in. Nobody even know about the club. And then, all of a sudden, shit start popping, and all of a sudden you got a line. Everybody, this the hottest spot in town, and everybody trying to get in. Now, that dude that everybody was walking over, he an underboss, But he walking right up to the motherfucking front like he got a couple of, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, baby, yeah, come on with me. Just walking right on in. Because he was there. He was there from the beginning. Mm-hmm. That's why he going to get more action. And even the celebrities got to stand in line to an extent. Because, you know, shit, we got to make sure, you good. You got your proper credentials before you can come in there. We know who you are, but let's make sure we get everything straight. But the dude that was there from day one, straight to the front of the line. And that's why, when it came to like Rap-A-Lot and Ghetto Boys was always a priority. I mean, besides the fact that we had the talent, but it was a priority too because we was the first. We was there when nobody else was there. Right. Yeah.
The pioneers. That's what I say. You can't beat being a pioneer.
How you feel about the Houston rap scene now?
We need a fucking booster shot. Like I don't think like it's too much talent in the city for it not to be for us not to have like major stars. Like like we got a lot of
we got Beyonce.
We got a lot of hood
That's
stuff.
Old,
no,
we got Travis Scott.
That's it.
Yeah. But it's a lot more talent.
No, like
we have rap scene, though.
We have to like. I mean, we got work to do. Like if the talent is here, we have work to do. So it's just a matter of the people that want to get in. You can't wait on Slim to walk you through the door. Can't wait on Willie D to try to help you out, give you a deal. You just got to have a vision and say, fuck it. We finna build this team. We finna do our thing. Slim and Willie D going to have to catch up with us. They're going to see us at the top. You got to have that kind of mentality. Because I hate when people say, man, ain't no one help nobody.
Exactly.
Man, fuck all that, man. Like,
shit, man.
All that, he ain't going to help nobody. Exactly, man. Fuck you mean help somebody? The help get paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? The help actually gets paid. Think about it. They had a movie called The Help. She was on the clock. She got paid. So if I'm helping you, you know what I'm saying? How am I getting paid?
Right.
So that's people don't understand that for every that we get the inboxes are inundated with people trying to get help. So what makes you more special than the next person, right? You have to do something pretty much fucking great to really get somebody's attention these days, because there's so many artists going so hard in the paint. They don't just have dope music. They got a strong social media following. Social media is a big deal these days, and a lot of artists these days will not take advantage of it. I do not understand for the life of me why they don't work their social media pages. It's free advertisement. Like, I'm 51 years old and I work harder than a lot of these cats that are in their 20s. Like I'm on that bitch. I'm grinding. You check my profile. You know what I'm saying? I'm hitting it. I'm hitting that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I know what it do, and I know what I used to have to do to get stuff in the front of the people. It costs a lot of money.
Right. We used to have to motherfucking go to Bowman and shake everybody's hand. Yeah. Get them that CD. We had to go deliver that motherfucker. We had to go ship that shit. Now you can just post that shit on Instagram.
That's the difference. Both of y'all come from street teams.
Yeah.
You used to have your CD in town to sell that motherfucker, nigga. You'll never sell out on Apple Music.
How you feel?
Anybody can get it.
How you feel about the Meek Mill situation that's going on? And they had the rally tonight for him too. What you think about that?
I mean, it's a fuck deal for him. Like it's a fuck deal for him, just like it is for millions of black men around this country. The thing is that again, of course everybody knows. The dude been on probation since he was 19. The same case, okay? It's the same case. He been on parole for the same case since he was 19. Y'all know that's fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you live in this country long enough, somebody's going to do something out of line. Ain't nobody perfect around here. I don't give a damn if you've never been to jail before. A lot of people ain't never been to jail because they never got caught.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. Or they got caught and they got done a favor. They got things. They got a thing called a diversion program out there, right? Mm-hmm. The diversion program is something that they reserve, particularly for white kids, and not just white kids, but white people when they get in trouble for the first time. Like,
so it's not available for other races.
It's not. Well, on the books, this is how they do it. They say this is the law, But the judges have the latitude to decide whether they want to do it or not. And of course, because we're living in a systematic racist society, they decided, we're gonna stick it to you. We're gonna give you a break. That's how they do it. We're gonna stick it to you, give you a break. Stick it to you. Oh, stick it. Okay, all right, give you a break. Okay, yeah. So that's how they do it. That's how they run the game on you. So I didn't even find out about the diversion program till I was in my late 20s. If you black, you gotta have money to get to it, right? You gotta have money. You gotta be connected. Your family gotta be you gotta be in law or something, or you gotta have some long paper. Sometimes you probably heard like athletes when they get in trouble like that, they qualify immediately because the NFL, the NBA, they gonna get in there and say diversion, baby, diversion. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that there going. Yeah. They're gonna get that, but white people get it, qualified for it automatically. Okay, just automatically, unless they do something really, really fucking egregious, and white people are afraid of them. See, if you're a white person in this country and you do some dirty, low-down shit, and as long as you cry and feel remorseful, you can get a break in most cases. Right. But if you one of the motherfuckers that scare white folks, oh, your ass...
you book like everybody else.
They're going to handle your ass just like they handle anybody else. Yeah. So that's how that goes, So that diversion program give you an opportunity. They say, well, if you... And the diversion program don't last but 6 months to a year. So they'd be like, well, if you stay out of trouble for 6 months, or you do this here for a year, we're not going to let it go on your record. We're not going to destroy. See, when white kids, when I'll put it like this, when white boys fuck up, they say, well, boys will be boys.
Remind you got two white guys sitting on the couch.
I see what's in that, but the truth gonna be the truth.
Spit the truth.
Motherfucking truth gonna be the truth. I don't give a fuck who it is.
That's the truth.
When white boys fuck up, his boys will be boys. They'll tell you. When white boys fuck up, his boys will be boys. We can't destroy his life. We're not gonna. He has his whole life in front of him. This is This is something that automatically say.
Right.
But let me just finish the point. You go. But when black boys do it, they say lock them up, throw away the key, just like the rest of them niggas. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you get. So when we fuck up, their goal is to get us on something. If they're not gonna put us in jail, they gotta put us on paper. Right. This is the way to minimize. This is the way to marginalize our access to and to even get to a point to where we can redeem ourselves and have a quality life, or even compete in the business world. This limits our business capabilities. Also, when we get on paper, we get on any kind of paper. We get in that system any kind of way.
I think that environment is what it is how we end up trapped, because we just surrounded by that shit. Yeah. Everybody sell dope, and like everybody around doing either selling dope, robbery. It's too easy to get into. That's true. Know what I'm saying?
And one thing, I think that's the lack of knowledge.
Lack of knowledge. Yeah.
We'll take that paper.
Exactly.
When we probably could have got the diversion program, but we take the probation.
Right.
Now we still got paper. That probation don't go away from your record. It stay on your record, unless it was juvicated. They say juvicated. They'll tell you juvicated. It ain't gonna be on your record. You do your probation. Yeah. But they ain't tell you for juvicated not to be on your record. You gotta pay again and go back and get your record expunged.
That's all kind of shit.
We don't have that money. We don't
have that money.
We like, fuck it, we home.
So we in the system.
Well, we take the probation because we know what they'll do to us if we go take it to trial. Yeah. If we fight it, we know what they'll do to us. They're gonna get. If you go to trial, they're gonna give you a trial tax.
Right. That
trial tax is, we gonna get your ass. You finna do some time. When we end up in court, we may end up with an all-white jury judging us. Right?
How is that up your peers?
But exactly. But you will never see in America an all-black jury judging a white person.
Never.
That is never going to. I don't give a fuck how black the city is. Yeah. This is a black-ass city. D.C. a black-ass city. Atlanta a black-ass city. Chicago. But I guarantee you, when a white person walk in there, you've never had a white person judged by all black jury.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That right there tells you, dude, what they're doing. There is systematic racism. Even the Klan jury, y'all call it the grand jury. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something, man. The Klan jury is made up predominantly white folks, right? And many of these white folks are conservative whites, right? They're conservative. And they've been indoctrinated to believe that, we got to keep this white supremacy thing going. We got to keep this shit going. Right. So when we come in, so before you can even get to a trial or whatever, the shit get to the grand jury. Well, first, before you get to that,
make the decision.
Before you get to that, you got a prosecutor who has the power to say yeah or nay. This is a prosecutor. This is a person that comes with his own prejudices, his own biases. He could be a straight up racist, and they got them all over the United States of America. And they're prosecutors. So, case come through, get them, hang them high, hang them low, hang them.
And they don't even see you know you are heard of the case.
And we had 2 hours.
Yeah. They don't fucking care, dude. They're gonna hang you. You coming through to do that, even if they know they got it, they'll still hang you anyway.
So
and that's why the best thing to do is stay away from them fucking people. Stay
free.
Stay alive, stay free. If you really love your children like you say you love your children, let me tell you something, man. It ain't the things that your children admire about you, the stuff that you can give your children.
No.
It's your presence.
It's that time.
Exactly.
It's your presence, that quality time. I don't give a fuck. It's the quality time that you have with your children that they value most. I know as a man, we want to be able to do for our kids, and you should want that.
So
and that's
that excuse
good.
ain't working no more, man. I gotta feed my kids. It ain't worth going to jail.
What happens, Slim? What happens if you do that?
They end up starving anyway.
The
5 years you gone.
It's the time.
They end up
dumb
starving.
shit.
And it's going to fucking happen. You going to jail.
Exactly.
Let's get this.
Just like
Let's get this straight, Shy. Let's get this straight. You're going to jail. Your ass going to jail. So think about what I'm saying. You are going to jail. If you out there and you black in America, you doing crime. If you think crime is your fucking career, that's your life. That's what you do. You a thug, you a gangster, you a robber, you a jack boy, whatever. You are going to motherfucking jail at some point. Now, are you fucking prepared? What provisions have you made for your children to be taken care of? So when you go your ass out there into the streets with that pistol, with that motherfucking chopper in the trunk. See, Wayne and Rick told you about the chopper in the trunk, but did they tell you how many years you'll get for that motherfucking chopper in the trunk?
Unless you like Slim Thug and got your license to
carry. And that's all good, but I'm talking to the ones that ain't, and listen, man.
Yes,
what the fuck are you going to do when you get jammed? Are you prepared when you go to that club tonight? And I'm guilty of this when I was coming up. Man, we would go out and we prepared for anything, get anybody. That was what we do. Like we going to fuck around and fuck with. Our main goal, number one, was to fuck with some women, right? Get the girls, right? But a fucking close number two was whoop some ass, do something to somebody else. That's what it was, right? But think about how sick that mentality is.
It is.
That is a fucking ill mentality.
That's me at the club. Like, if I go to a club and there's too many dudes, I'm uncomfortable. I got to get up out of there. If it's dudes in there with mean mugs that don't look like they partying, I got to get up out of there. I don't want to be around no dumb shit. That's because
the motherfucking dudes, when they striking out, they want to hurt something. Motherfucking men, when men can't get a testosterone relief, they get violent.
Exactly.
So these motherfuckers, that's why I leave.
That's the ones that get no pussy.
That's why I leave the club early. I never close the club down. Because what happens is that dudes be in the club and they trying to shoot their shot, right? And then most of them ain't gonna hit, right? Most of them ain't gonna hit. Right. So by this time, and the club is out, motherfucker mad. He ain't got no broad. He drunk. He probably drunk. Been drinking a little bit, or he high or whatever. And he like, you know what, man? Nah, nigga bump into him or whatever. He look at somebody and he's ready to go. You hardly ever seen a dude do a drive-by or get into a squabble while he's standing with his girl. It's always with a bunch of dudes, right? So when it get late, before motherfuckers start filing out, I'm already gone. I came up in that motherfucker and got up out of that, man, because dudes get violent toward the end of the night when it's club closing time. I leave that motherfucker all the time before it closes. But you gotta get in the mindset of being fucking free and knowing what you up against and saying, I'm not gonna be nobody likes to be made a fool out of, right? So don't be a motherfucking fool. Don't be an idiot. Don't be stupid. You say you're so smart. You think you're so smart. You're smarter than everybody. You always talking that smart shit. Like you know everything. Why your ass keep going to jail? Why you can't figure that out that these people don't like you and they got it set up for you to fucking go to jail? They won't
set up.
They want you, dog. They want your motherfucking body cold or warm.
Hey.
And there it is, man. After 2 hours and 5 minutes. We're going to wrap this up, man. We got a big shout out to Willie D coming through, giving us all the OG game. And remember, you know what I'm saying, stay alive, stay free. Ain't that how it go?
That's how it go.
Don't let me fuck up the line. Man, that was a lot of game. Y'all got to see how the Ghetto Boys came in the game and everything, man. This is a 2-hour show. We had to keep it 1,000 for the OG pioneer in the building, you know what I'm saying? But we up out of here. We got some sponsors we got to
Run it later.
We're running later.
Run it.
I got
Willie D, what you got going on that you want the people to know?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm really, really going hard on that YouTube channel right now.
Let them know.
And I've started fighting them now. At first I'm still on Facebook too. I go hard on Facebook, but I got to be kind of tamed on Facebook. So I started getting on YouTube, and I started smashing the gas on them. Then I started getting like videos blocked on YouTube. They got the police, man. Facebook police, YouTube police. But I still, I'm really, 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 really active on that YouTube. So that's Willie D Live. Y'all can follow me on that Willie D Live on YouTube. And same thing with Instagram, Willie D Live. Same thing. What am I? Twitter, Insta. Yeah, I'm on that Instagram and YouTube a whole lot, Willie D Live. But I'm doing that, I'm still doing my real estate, buying and selling. I'm still doing my cars, buying and selling. I just started investing in Bitcoin. I think y'all was saying something. Did y'all say anything about Bitcoin?
We talked about it.
Yeah. I just started investing in Bitcoin.
I see you.
Yeah.
Willie D Live. Which one is it? That one right there?
Let me see.
It's like Willie D Live.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah. So I just started, I was always afraid of, doing, investing in stocks and shit like that and cryptocurrency. I've been knowing about Bitcoin for about 4 or 5 years. I had an opportunity to do some business with a dude, and I passed on it, and I'm kicking myself. But I paid a whole lot more, because I just got in last couple months, 3-4 months. But I paid a whole lot more because now, when I could have bought them at one point, Bitcoin was 10 cents a coin.
Right.
Now, I think today it was at $6,700 a coin.
A coin.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So that's what
Big difference.
that's what I got to pay now, But I was like, fuck it. It's still going up. It's winning, I take it, Right. So now, that's how I do. I gamble on business. I don't gamble. I don't do that lucky gamble shit like dice and all that shit and cards. I don't do none of that. I gamble on business.
It's growth.
But I'm fucking with that, and I just got that bug for Hollywood again. So I got some scripts that I'm having developed right now. I'm finna go back to Hollywood and shit next month, and I'm finna get in the mix, man, and see what I can do on that. I did a role in a movie. Greg Carter is producing a TV series called Fifth Ward, and I played district attorney.
Damn, how that happened, G? How you end up? You
I
supposed to be knockout
I heard
artist.
about that
Yeah.
series, though.
Yeah. It's kind of cool, man.
What, you gonna be
it looks
locking
good.
white folks up?
Man, here's the thing. So I play this guy.
You gonna flip the script?
Now, well, I play this guy who is this black guy that's by the books. I work hard to get to where I am. I'm a black district attorney. Right. So I'm the dude who got a lot of fucking integrity. So I'm not, and I got a couple of I got a couple of assistant DAs. I mean, who are kind of like, they're kind of mavericks. They try to do shit the way they want to do shit. And I'm like, nah, we can't do that. You're not going to fuck my shit up. Right. Because if you fuck up, you fucking my shit up. So my thing is like, we're going to do this shit, but we're going to do it by the books. So hopefully they'll let me, like get into some other shit. I need a love interest, so hopefully they'll write something like that in for me, like on the second season or something, But I'm only in the last episode in the first season because I came in late, but it's a good piece.
Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna look out for that.
Well,
man.
they did. We're looking out for that, man.
For sure.
Appreciate you coming through.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And there it is. We
There
up
it
out
is.
here, man. You tuned in to the Connect.
Yeah.